the endless labyrinth. The festival lights flickered through the dense fog that slowly engulfed the square. Laughter, music, and the shouts of merchants echoed all around. Among the crowd, no one noticed how the edges of the square were gradually swallowed by a creeping mist. "Iron, look, there's an arch," shouted Liana, tugging on her brother's sleeve. She was a 12-year-old girl with a fiery personality and eyes that sparkled with curiosity. The arch was ancient and massive, carved from weathered stone covered in strange symbols that looked as old as the stars. A silver fog flowed through it, curling like a living thing. "Don't go near it, Liana. It could be a trap," warned Iron, gripping her hand firmly. But Liana was already running towards it. Her small frame disappeared behind the misty curtain. "Liana, no!" Iron dashed after her, his heart pounding like a war drum. The moment he crossed the threshold, everything changed. The lively sounds of the festival vanished, replaced by the cold, echoing silence of stone corridors. The fresh air turned into the stifling dampness of ancient stone. He turned back, but where the arch should have been, there was only a flat, featureless stone wall. "No, no, no, no!" Iron banged on the wall with his fists. The cold stone didn't so much as tremble. Then, behind him, a sound echoed like a heavy stone sliding across the floor. Slowly, he turned. There it was, a labyrinth. Iron walked down a narrow corridor. The cold walls shimmered with moisture, and the soft drip, drip, drip of water echoed all around him. He clenched his fists, gritting his teeth with every step. "Find Liana," he repeated in his mind like a mantra. "You'll never find her on your own." The voice echoed from the stone walls, low and rough, like someone speaking from underwater. Iron's heart leapt into his throat. He spun around. "Who's there? Show yourself." "I've been here for a long, long time," said the voice. "I know every twist, every turn. I can help you. Do you want to find your sister?" "Yes," Iron yelled. "Tell me where she is." "Ah, it's simple. 3 lefts and 1 right. Follow that and you'll be close. But remember, boy, nothing here is free." Iron hesitated. His instincts told him not to trust it, but Liana's face flashed in his mind. "Fine, I'll do it," he said, sprinting down the corridor. He followed the path exactly, 3 left turns, 1 right. As soon as he rounded the final corner, he heard it. A faint, distant cry. His heart stopped. It was her voice. "Liana, I'm coming," he yelled, running faster. But when he reached the source of the sound, he found only a small scrap of yellow fabric caught on a jagged stone. It was from her coat. "Liana," Iron whispered, holding the fabric tight in his hands. "You've done well, boy, but help comes at a price." The voice echoed from all sides this time. "What do you want from me?" Iron shouted, his voice trembling with frustration. "A memory," said the voice, smooth as silk now. "Just a small one, a harmless one, a single memory of her." "No," he shouted, eyes darting left and right. "I'll find her on my own." The walls groaned. The ground beneath him shuddered. New corridors rose from the ground like the teeth of a giant beast. The passage ahead slammed shut. Iron stumbled as the entire labyrinth shifted around him. "Still so stubborn," said the voice. "All right, call me when you change your mind." Iron gritted his teeth. "I don't need you." He ran forward, dodging shifting walls, but the path grew tighter, darker. The air itself felt heavier. His legs ached. His breath came in sharp, shallow gasps. Then the ground beneath him crumbled. "No!" He screamed as he slipped into a pit. His hands caught the edge, his fingers curling around the rough stone. His arms strained, muscles burning. "Help me," he cried. "A memory, boy." The voice whispered from below. "One small memory. Give me a little piece, and I will pull you up." Iron's fingers slipped. He squeezed his eyes shut. "Take it. Take the memory," he shouted. He felt it leave him. The tune of the lullaby Liana used to hum every night. It was gone. He knew she had sung it, but he couldn't remember the melody. "Good choice," On one of the countless winding paths, he saw a figure in the distance. A girl, moving gracefully through the shifting corridors. Her long white cloak swirled around her like mist. "Hey, wait," Iron called, rushing toward her. She stopped and turned to face him. Her face was familiar, but he couldn't place it. "Do you know where my sister is?" he asked, chest heaving from exhaustion. "Everyone here is looking for someone," she said softly. "But few remember who it is they're looking for." She turned and walked away without another word. "Wait, please," he yelled, but she was gone. The voice returned. "This is your last chance, boy. You'll never leave here otherwise." "What do you want?" Iron snarled. "Your name," said the voice. "Give me your name, and I'll show you the way." No, I need my name," Iron muttered. Do you? Do you really?" The walls moved again. Passages closed in. It felt as though the stone itself was breathing. "Take it," Iron roared. "Take my name." And with those words, his name was gone. He didn't feel it right away, but slowly, it slipped from his mind like sand through his fingers. He couldn't remember what it was. All he knew was that he was someone. "Well done," purred the voice. "You're very close now. Just ahead." He stumbled into an open chamber. In the center, a girl sat on the cold stone floor, knees pulled to her chest. She looked up, eyes hollow but alive. "Liana," he gasped, rushing toward her. She tilted her head. "Who are you?" "It's me." He paused. Who was he? His throat went dry. "You're not my brother," she said, slowly rising. "He came here long ago, but he never came back. I am him. I was him." She shook her head. "You're just a shadow now." Iron stumbled back. He glanced into a puddle at his feet and saw his reflection. Pale, featureless eyes and a face blurred like a smear of ink. He wasn't himself anymore. I'm the voice," he whispered, realization crashing down on him. Liana turned and walked into the shadows, her footsteps fading with each step. He tried to follow, but his body melted into the wall like fog. He was gone. The last thing the audience sees is a young boy approaching the ancient arch, staring at it with wide eyes. From deep within, a voice echoes softly. "Looking for someone? I can help. Just follow my voice." The fog curls around the boy's ankles as he steps inside.